dollars for a 40-piece Craftsman set. All right, so again, get the Makita and Milwaukee. All right, here's a couple of their very few brushless tools, which this is the first time I've ever seen this, and I'm going to be honest with you, I did not know they made this. I don't know if this is new, but this is a mid-torque brushless impact wrench for $99. I'm going to be honest, I never knew that they made this. How much torque? This is $99? This is a really nice, this is a really cool deal. I'll tell you, it's very comfortable. A little bit bigger grip than I like, but 275 foot-pounds. Wait until you see the Makita, guys. Makita did send me their mid-torque. I mean, I was... And that, what is this? A little... Oh, that's the... Okay. So, yeah, this is the half-inch, 275. And here is their... And this thing has a really nice feel to it. Really nice grip. See, this one looks different than the... I don't know. This is 129. Alright. The 3/8 will do 165 foot-pounds. Alright, it's a 3/8, 165 foot. The 90, for you can get actually the bigger and better and badder for $30 cheaper, and you get a half-inch anvil, and it'll do 275. So some pretty good deals. So you do have a brushless hammer drill, a brushless drill driver. Right? They're the only ones that you're going to see with this. But it looks like they didn't put it on the impact wrenches. So the impact wrenches might not be made in the great USA. Do you want me to find out for you? Because we see it on the impact. Okay, but how come it's not on this impact? See, they have two different brushless impact. Like I said, guys, I don't know if I missed something along the way, but here's a brushless without a selector. Okay, brushless, no selector. Okay, probably not made in the US of A. Here is their brushless with a selector. This is basically the 887, I think. But they do have a brushless. I didn't know they offered two different impacts that were brushless. And I didn't know this even existed. And it's only $99. That's what they have to do, Craftsman. And then, you know, as the brushless line grows, then you can kind of maybe increase the price a little bit. Here's the 20-volt impact driver kit for $89. What one? It's probably this one. So this isn't bad, right? I mean, it's $10 cheaper than the Atomic. The USA made has 1,700 inch-pounds. Okay? The made in the USA one. Yeah, here is the non-made in the USA non-selector impact. This one has 1,500. Okay? And this one is made in... It's made in China. But, you know, not a bad deal, guys. Obviously, the Milwaukee is made in China, too. So, and the DeWalt, and, you know, so at least you get an offer of a USA made one here. All right? But I think the DeWalt might have the USA sticker on it now. All right, so I'm not going to go too crazy. When I've been here already 51 minutes, guys. And there really isn't one deal that I would... I mean, there's been a couple good little deals, right? And we always see that. But nothing like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, baby, I'm gonna have some fun. you know. All right, here's the Kobalt stuff. Remember, you got this for free in a kit last year. Dual bevel, 7 1/4 inch. We didn't get to see it this year. Here is, you know, this thing is heavy, but not too heavy. But then you put the battery on it, you know. Again, you know, we're starting to see 4-volt stuff, right? I put a picture up yesterday of the Ryobi 4-volt multi-click. You know, as this stuff gets bigger, you know, 12-volt and I mean, I don't know. Obviously, 12-volt is the perfect compact battery platform. It's just going to see how much power you can generate in a small size as the technology gets better, the battery technology. Then I really think 24-volt would be good. I mean, obviously no one's switching from 18 now. You know what I'm saying? They're all, but, you know, I think Kobalt was smart. Kind of doing the 24-volt thing to make them a little different. Don't get me wrong. And they have a lot of great tools. I mean, I have nothing bad to say. I think Kobalt has done a pretty good job. And now they got this XTR stuff out, but man, it's heavy. It's heavy stuff. Here's just, you know, bare tool 109. And you get a nice case to keep it in. And you guys know with circular saws, they're a pain in the neck. You know, recips are great. You kind of can just throw on the floor. And I mean, throw on the floor, the bag of the floor of the bag. And they, you know, but circulars can get a little weird. But you also get you could also get theirs for 109. So you get the circular. These are bare tool. All right. Buy select Kobalt 24 combo kit. Get a free tool. This does not have. Oh, this says. So I mean, guys, this is actually cheaper than the rigid. You got orbital action with this as well. I would like to try this. I really would. Look how long this has been here. I mean, it's growing hair on it. And here is one of those high output batteries they put. Can I get this off? I'd love to. Let me see. Yes, my first time ever seeing the Kobalt. See, this isn't much heavier, guys. See, that's where, you know, I think they have an advantage. Because, you know, obviously this is a 96 watt hour battery versus an 18 volt, right? Which is, this is basically a 5 amp hour battery, 18 volt. All right, so this is a 5 amp hour battery. Okay, an 18 volt. Look how compact it is. I mean, it's light. It's not much bigger than the, you know, Milwaukee 3 amp hour battery. All right, a little bit, but remember, it's almost double the capacity. So, you know, obviously, you know, I would love to see one of the, you know, we know about Makita's coming out with a 36 volt platform, and it's going to be exciting to see if they can make it going that big. But I would love for somebody, you know, instead of Milwaukee doing this MX stuff, you know, I understand they already tried the 28 volt and it didn't work out, right? But I don't know. You see a lot of, you know, the multi-voltage stuff from DeWalt now with the Advantage. You know, obviously Makita coming out with the 40 volt. You know, this might be something really good for like Bosch to say, you know what, they got the best battery technology out there, because, you know, this is still kind of cheap. All right, you know, this is obviously a cost cutting, you know, this is an XTR, right? And it's their best stuff, but, you know, the batteries, I don't know, you can kind of tell, you know, it's not top of the line stuff here. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings who's into the Kobalt stuff, but, you know, if you look at the other brands, but I like the 20 volt. Again, this is almost 100 watt hours in this little battery. All right, and I was saying how kind of heavy this is, but with, you know, this is basically a 5 amp hour 18 volt battery. I bet you it's not that heavy. with this on, and it is an impact wrench. I'm gonna try to get it on. I'm gonna try to stick it in the hole with one hand. You son of a bitch. I'm losing it. I mean, look at this little SDS. How much is that? $169. What size is it? It doesn't tell you what size it is. Probably a 7/8. Alright, we're gonna tell you these batteries are not. Oh, alright, so not bad, but remember, man, I tell you, I'm impressed with these. I mean, again, imagine Bosch with a 24 volt. You know, if everybody could do it over, right? I think if everyone had to start over, they would do a 12 volt and a 24 volt. I really, really think so. I really think that in the back, you know, obviously, you know, because this isn't that big of a deal. I mean, for a 96 watt hour battery, this isn't really, I do apologize, you know, I'm always honest, and I'm going to change my mind if I think, no, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to get this over, you know, the Milwaukee, because obviously the 12 volt, and it's just a lot lighter. Actually, you know, the Milwaukee is so well built, it is kind of top heavy. I bet you if you weigh this versus the Milwaukee, there's a difference, but I don't think it's that much. But no, this is great, because now you can kind of, if you do have the old Kobalt tools, you know, the non-XTR, like you could stick a little battery on your orbital sander here. All right, now you really got some really great runtime. You know, you could throw it on your belt sander. All right, I'm leaving it there, but here is their circular saw. Their impact wrench is like, again, I get comments, do not buy this, stay away, stay far, far away. Now, if you got muscles like, you know, Stallone, if you're like a 35-year-old Stallone, ripped on roids, go after this thing. But this is one of the heaviest impact wrenches I've ever laid my hands on, all right? And this is without a battery on it. All right, so actually we got a battery, right? Let's see. I'm gonna put my thing down. Actually, I'm not gonna put mine. There's no need to. There's no need to, because I gotta come over here to grab this. All right, we got this. Let's put the 4 amp hour battery on this sucker. Here's another 4. And here's the impact. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty light, guys, man. And imagine if you had the 2 on here. This is a really nice, and I talked about it. You know, again, is the fit and finish, even though it's XTR, up to the other brands? No, it's not meant to be. You know, this is for, I think, the homeowner who wants a little bit more power and a little bit better durability, okay? But, you know, they're not, you know, you're not going to see tradesmen. But then again, like I always say, you always see tradesmen with their Ryobis. Or I wouldn't say tradesmen, I would say construction contractors, people who beat this. I got. Oh God. I mean, it's not. It's heavy. All right. It's definitely the heaviest you're going to find on the market. All right, no doubt, in my opinion. But you can get by with it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're an old timer. I mean, whoa, there we have it. I mean, you're going to be using mostly 2 hands. I mean, I'm doing everything filming here. So, I mean, I think you'll be all right. All right, here's some Bosch stuff. Again, I don't even know if Lowe's is, you know, we used to see all those great Bosch sets. I mean, here's $14.98, but remember, they had that one last year that was so awesome with the nut drivers. But they do have the, you know, I like their bits, guys. And this is $15 only. Was 21. I would, I'd either get this set or that DeWalt set. You don't get any nut drivers here. Obviously, again, the Makita deals are pretty good. I mean, the Milwaukee Shockwave, you're going to get a little bit more for your money. But if you're a Bosch guy with a Bosch, oh, look at this. Wait, holy, you're kidding me. Oh my freaking God. All right, so this is the impact driver deal of the year. So everything I said throughout this entire video, like I said, you're always going to find something. I'm surprised these are not sold out. This is the Freak 2 brushless impact driver / wrench for $99 for the kit. All right, now you don't have a 21700 battery with this. You got the old 2. All right, but my God, this is the only impact you're going to get. Oh, and they took away the selector. So this is a totally different. So basically what this is, guys, and again, I didn't even know this existed. All right, so this is, I would not call this the Freak 2. Now, again, they're advertising this as the Freak. And I hate when they do that because this is really not the Freak. All right, now you're going to have the same exact torque numbers. All right, yeah, I see them. Right, 4,200 IPM, which is really amazing. Now, would I get this over any other $99 impact wrench? Absolutely. Impact driver, excuse me. This crushes every one of them. All right, and it looks like they also have a drill here. This might be the drill. All right, I'll see when I'm done. But getting back to it. So this is your exact same Freak 2, which I had really, this was my number 2, even though it's not as well made as the first one. They kind of chimped out. And this is, what sucks about Bosch. It looks like they're really starting to kind of skimp out a little bit, and I hate to say that. Obviously I think they still make great tools, but they used to be, right up there with Makita as the number 1 and 2. Now, obviously, Milwaukee in the last 5-6 years has come up, but I don't know what their plan is in America. Maybe this stuff's working in Europe. I don't know. But this particular set, even though it's not the true Freak 2 with the selector, which I think is one of the best selectors out there. I love it. But I would still get this because you got the great feature of an impact wrench too for $99, and it's brushless, and you get a 2 amp hour battery. And remember, it has 1,800 inch-pounds of torque. So, it's around 150 foot-pounds. You're getting an incredible 4,200 IPM, but this is the problem with it, and I'm going to tell you right now. Its IPM is so freaking outrageous at 4,200 IPM. That is like an absurd, I can only imagine, because with mine, as soon as I press the trigger when it's on 3, I mean, it's like a speed demon. So not being able to control the IPM of something with this that goes this fast, I don't know. I would buy it definitely over any other $99. But if that's giving you an issue, I would not hesitate to bring it back to Lowe's. And that's what's great. You got a long return policy. Oh, this thing's going to explode. I thought it was, I was like, that's really, I doubt they would do that. See, restock alert. It looks like it sold pretty good. This is what they kind of need to do. But they were given away. Remember on Amazon, $99 for that original, really beautiful, when they were still, investing a lot. That's why that first Freak was so awesome. A lot of people kind of messed it up because they thought it was an impact wrench. And it's not. It's an impact driver with, being able to put a socket on without, getting an adapter and putting a nut driver. But, here's the XR Power Detect. We're going to have some good stuff with these Power Detect stuff. All right, I used all the time up. I got 4 minutes left. But I got this freaking thing. This old brushed recip has just made me so much money in my life from, you know, wood projects that I've done, fixing up, you know, DIY projects for people, putting doors up, obviously in my lawn care business, you know, trimming trees, ripping bushes. You know, I have a whole video on this, me and Juan, you know, doing like a $8,000 job, just ripping this whole guy's front, you know, front house with these bushes and trees. Just, you know, 200 feet by 30 feet hill. And we use this. We didn't use any chainsaws because this works a little bit better when you're trying to use one hand and get it into a tight spot. These recips, you know, been left out, fell off the trailer, left out at people's houses. I left it there and for like, you know, a week. I went back and I found it, and it was out in the rain. You know, they make great stuff. And are you going to kind of get that with, you know, maybe the Ryobi would probably, and I have a Ryobi, and my Ryobi still works, but me and Juana would always fight over the brushed. And again, I have brushless ones too, right? I love the Milwaukee one-handed recip now. So I kind of retired the DeWalt and the Ryobi, and I'm, you know, starting to use some of the newer stuff, and one being that Milwaukee one-handed recip, which is awesome. I have the DeWalt. I have to open the box. I haven't even done it yet. And I've had it for around a year and a half, so I got to get to it. We know about the good deals this holiday season. Again, a lot of them are at Depot, unfortunately. Right, $199 with the battery, and you can hack it. I'd love to get this planer. If they had, I don't know if Home Depot sells this planer, right? I've never seen it. Now, again, they may sell it. I'm not saying that they don't, but I've never seen it. I know Amazon carries it. I always see DeWalt, like Lowe's, promoting this planer. If I can get this for $99, I would jump on it. Jump. All right, I got a couple minutes left. Oh yeah, here it is, guys. So here is your non-selector, right? It's the battery's dead. People have been playing with it. Yep, see? I mean, look how cheap. They really chinsed out. But, you know, what are you going to do, man? It's a tough market, guys. No one wants to pay. All right. And obviously you've got the Bluetooth capabilities with the real Gen 2. This is just as thin, maybe even a little bit thinner. Obviously it's lighter because this has a 4 amp hour battery, so it makes it feel a little different, but I mean, they're identical to everything. This is the back. You got a sticker versus this. Again, really kind of, even with this one, you know, the Gen 1 was just the perfect. They didn't need to do anything different to it except make it a little bit more powerful if they could. But they totally reformed. And look I love the selector on this. Right, it has a really nice selector. You can control everything, the light, and here's your selector. Okay, and this will go 1, 2, 3. All right, but there's no power in it. So, and Bosch make really good recips too, guys. I mean, look at this thing, rusted. Did it rain in here? All right, my phone's about to go dead. Oh, this is down to $79. I mean, for $79, I mean, it's a really small impact, right? Now, this is basically a black Hitachi, all right? That's it. But, you know, you get what size battery comes with it? It used to be a 3, I thought. I mean, for $79, well, the drill is $79. I mean, a brushless drill for $79 kit? Yeah, man, go for it. All right, you're going to pay an extra $10. I mean, again, I would pay the extra $10, all right, and get this, because you got 1,800 inch-pounds and 4,200 IPM. But besides that, you got a socket adapter already built in. Yeah, they lowered the prices of all of this. You can get this for $99. I mean, this is freaking a really comfortable impact wrench. You heard me talk about it a lot. And it's IP56 rated. All right? See, everything's kind of enclosed, but it has enough that you can breathe. All right? But it is, man, really comfortable. And this one's beating the hell. I don't know. Yeah, here's the selector on the side. I mean, 99. If I had one of these batteries, now I don't know if the old Metabo 18-volt batteries work with this. Someone answer that if you know. See, these are like basically the Hitachi batteries. You know? I mean, look at this. Here is a 4 amp hour for $79. The 36 volt and $89 you can get this for now. I mean, this stuff, I remember everyone was very excited when this came out, remember? But I think a lot of people didn't or weren't aware that this was basically just Hitachi stuff. You know, you weren't getting your Metabo in Lowe's. And this is kind of what Bosch is doing now. You know, everyone is cutting corners. And that's why Milwaukee hasn't done that. Milwaukee hasn't cut really, you know. All right, I got to get the heck out of here. It's been like an hour and a half, guys, and I just about had it. Oh, here's your spade bits, but these are a special kind, I believe. Yeah, these are the nail strike. But if you get the regular ones, guys, they're basically the same as your red Diablos. But I don't even think they sell them here anymore. You might have to get them online. But all right, guys. Oh, here's the spider stuff. And they lowered the prices of some of it. But we will be here one more time. And I'm going to be maybe bringing a couple buddies where we can really... here's some fittings. Metabo fittings. HPT. They put HPT on everything. They want you to know that this is not the true Metabo stuff. Okay? Because the true Metabo stuff is really, really, really good stuff. All right? I have their 12-volt hammer drill. I cannot believe the power of it. And one of the best 12-volt hammer drills I've ever, used. Yeah, here's some... here's the framing nailer. So they actually have a framing nailer. I don't know if this is new, to be honest with you. I knew they had a finish nailer, a brad nailer, and a pin nailer, but I did not know they had a framing nailer. I can tell you right now, if it's heavier than the Milwaukee, I don't think so. That Milwaukee, that's a lot of people I know who have waited and kind of bought that Milwaukee framing. They do have the buy one get one free too. Yeah, we talked about these. And one of them is the Tool Connect light. They make a Tool Connect. I have that light. I gotta. They sent it to me on accident. Yeah, it's $179, IP54 rated. What was I getting to? Oh yeah, a lot of people I know who bought and waited because it was supposed to come out. They got the framing nailer. Make a long story short, the Milwaukee. And they like the performance of it. Everyone, probably performance-wise, but they don't use it. It's too heavy. They're actually, they'll use it sometimes, but it's just during a long work day, they just get, sick and tired. It gets to be a burden. So, I don't know. But that's it in a nutshell, guys. I got to get out of here. Get your gummies. Peace, peace, peace. Merry Christmas, Santa Claus.